Hey guys, this is Kai. So I'm going to teach you guys about families of functions. So to start off, I'm going to start with some vocab. So here, we have the parent function, which is like the simplest form of the given function with the certain characteristics it holds. So because we're working with absolute values, here this is the parent function of an absolute value equation. See, and notice how simple and short it is. That's like one of the good characteristics about parent functions. They're not too long and they're easy to memory. They're like really easy to remember, and so you can just like remember anything off of those if you just remember the parent function. So next we have the translation, which can shift the graph horizontally, vertically, or both ways. This also results in the graph being the same shape and size, but most likely in a different position. So we have two different types of translations. So we have vertical and horizontal. With vertical translations, it moves the graph up and down, and so here the parent function of the absolute value of y equals absolute value of x, and for the graph to move up, we're going to use k for our units. K must be greater than 1 or 0 for the graph to move up. So y equals x plus k, and the translation for it to go down k units, k must be less than 0, so y equals k minus, or y equals absolute value of x minus k. So here, I'll show you. Let's do something simple like absolute value of x plus 4. Notice how the graph moves up 4 units. And what happens if it turns into a negative 4? It's just going to go down 4 units from, So that's mainly the gist of a vertical translation. Wow, no, too close. Next we have a horizontal translation. The horizontal translation is kind of different from a vertical translation because notice how in the vertical translation the variable is outside the absolute value, and here we're going to use h as our units. H is going to be within the absolute value bars. So if the translation moves to the right, it's going to be y equals x minus the h. And then for it to move to the left, h units, y equals absolute value of x plus h. So to show you, I'll use the graph again. Too close. So let's delete this. Let's do 4 again. So let's do plus 4. Here. Notice how the graph is moved to the left because absolute value, and like how all absolute values are, it changes or switches the sign, usually to positive, but this is a different case. Here, let's try minus 4. It moved to the right. So again, that's the main gist of how absolute values work. Okay, now we're going to work on a shrink and a stretch. So shrinking and stretching are kind of different. So what we're going to do is, here, again, sorry. So here, let's keep the parent function, like always, simple. Keep it simple. And then we're going to, let's put 2 over here. Notice how the graph got thinner. Right now we are stretching it. So imagine like when you're stretching, or waking up, you're stretching, you're becoming more elongated. So you're stretching yourself up, kind of like that. And then when you're shrinking, it's like you're flattening out. So like less than 1 but greater than 0. So like 1/7. See how much it widened? Because, yeah. Math, because math. That's the answer, because math. So for stretch, the parent function, and then we add a, where a is greater than 0. And then for shrink, it's y equals a absolute value of x, where it's greater than 0, but then it's less than 1. So that's the main gist of a stretch and a shrink. So h, k, and a. That's literally what our vocab is, and mainly what this lesson is about. So thanks for listening and hope this helped you. Bye.